Pop culture traditionally has painted Asian men as awkward, passive, unconfident, feminine, unathletic, and never the leading man. These stereotypes involved in assimilation. Despite the fact that Asian Americans have lived and flourished in the United States over the past century, the stereotypes of Asian American men in sports are not recognized or have been low expectations. The most seen Asian American athletes are mostly shown in sports, such as golf, tennis, and baseball. However, in the NBA, there are not many Asian Americans exposed in the media until recently. There are players such as Yao Ming, who played for the Houston Rockets, and Ye Jin-Lin, that plays for the New Jersey Nets.
No one will ever forget when the sports world was first gripped by Linsanity. It's one thing to hear about a global phenomenon, but it's an entirely different thing when you get to experience the hysteria for yourself.
Is there any way to describe the instant fame and popularity that you suddenly had?
I can't really explain it. I would just say it's a miracle because really no one saw it coming. I can't take credit for everything. You know, there's so many things outside of my control. How did I end up in New York? The day the Rockets released me, Iman gets hurt. I mean, all these different things out of my control really had to happen for me to be here right now, sitting here talking to you.
He's got to drive. He does. He flips it.
As a rookie last season in Golden State, Jeremy was a seldom-used bench player. He also did little in brief stops in Houston and the D-League to suggest he would make the impact he did when he was finally given his opportunity in New York.
He is the new starting point guard of the Knicks. Lin likes the open floor, spinning, puts it up and banks it in. Yeah, sensational play for Jeremy Lin. 5, 4, Lin for the win. Got it. Yeah. Linsanity continuing to engulf New York City and the entire sports world.
The perfect situation rapidly grew into the perfect storm. Playing on one of the game's biggest stages, and for a passionate fan base, Jeremy's story seemed as if it was written for the silver screen. In reality, the learning curve is steep in the NBA, even if you happen to be a graduate of Harvard University.
And Lin continues to have difficulties. That's his 4th turnover.
As the Knicks will lose their 3rd straight and fall to under 500.
Jeremy Lin, he's got to be able to adjust his game on the fly.
ESPN editor fired over that racial slur headline says he's devastated by what happened and tells the New York Daily News, quote, "This had nothing to do with me being cute or punny. I'm so sorry that I offended people. I'm so sorry if I offended Jeremy." He tells the paper he had used the phrase at least 100 times in headlines over the years. Do you think this was just an innocent mistake?
No, I don't. I think that the use of the term is appalling and offensive. The C word is for Asian Americans like the N word is for African Americans. And if he was using it all those times, that is extremely sad. The word was used since the 1880s to demean Chinese Americans and to deprive them of rights. And it's used on playgrounds specifically to humiliate and to offend Asian Americans. So I don't know where he's been all this time.
And this headline wasn't the first controversy surrounding Jeremy Lin either. The Madison Square Garden Network ran a promo showing him popping out of a fortune cookie. A Fox Sports columnist posted an offensive tweet. There was also a New York Post headline that read, "I'm Asian." I mean, if something good is to come out of this, is it a classic kind of teachable moment? And if so, what do people need to know?
I think people need to look at Jeremy Lin's true record. What he has been doing is truly amazing. And he stands on his own. He has the highest point scores of anybody in the first 5 games of their career. And he has higher points for the first 5 games than Kobe Bryant, than Shaquille O'Neal, than LeBron James, even Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. But
I'm being aggressive, and at some point in time, I'm going to adjust, and I'm going to realize this doesn't work, that doesn't work. How do I limit this? Eliminate bad tendencies, bad habits, and as I play through my mistakes, I can grow as a player. And I think that's the most important thing is as long as I keep attacking and keep being aggressive, good things will happen, obviously bad things too. But I just need to make sure that I don't change my approach.
He's Asian American. Well, he's Asian, of course. I mean, that's the biggest thing, I think.
First Asian player in the NBA.
Not the fact that he's Asian, he's actually got skills.
Yeah.
He's Asian.
He's Asian.
He's intelligent. He uses his head.
He's Asian.
He has a good feel for the game.
He's quick. He has speed.
Because he's an Asian point guard. We've really never seen that.
Yes. Yeah.
There's just not that many Asians playing basketball, so I guess in that sense, yeah.
You could have a shorter person doing way more things than he's doing, and then somebody that's like Yao Ming. So, in a sense, yes, in a sense, no. So,
Stereotypes that Asians aren't tall enough, aren't athletic, can't see because they have small eyes. But he's tight. And Asians don't only play tennis and golf.
The big one that he breaks is that Asian Americans can't make it to the NBA or won't do well in the NBA. He can dunk, and people say white Asians can't really dunk. He can handle the ball pretty well.
Because the first actual Asian American superstar, by that alone, he breaks 70%.
There's actually probably a lot of good Asian players out there that we haven't seen, you know. No, not me, I suck, but, you know, like, there's a lot of players overseas that, you know, that haven't got the opportunity yet, that's probably had better skills than Jeremy Lin, but just haven't had the opportunity that he has. So.
He's a rare type Asian American, so hopefully another one comes.
You just don't see his style as an Asian player. Yes, he will.
He doesn't have another injury, yes.
I think so.
He has the skills to make it and potential. He's young.
He actually uses his head to play, while others just use their physical gifts.
Came off of a knee injury, so I'm not totally sure. I think so, though.
If he can stay healthy.
He's not going to be like Kobe status or anything like that, right? He'll have a good, decent career.
He could if his knees get better.
If he doesn't get hurt, because he's young, he got his injury out of the way, I guess. So once he recovers from that well, I think he does have a future, though.
You're a Harvard grad playing in the NBA. You're very religious as well. You're the only Asian American in the past 60 years. Do you ever feel like, quite frankly, you don't fit in your environment? You kind of stand out. Those things aren't synonymous with the NBA, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely stand out for sure, and I know my story is very unique, but that's something that I embrace and I enjoy, and just this whole journey has been a blessing from God, and so for me to be here, I'm just taking it one day at a time and really enjoying it.
Why not more Asian Americans in the NBA?
I'm not sure. I think that there's multiple reasons for that, but I think there's going to be a lot more coming up in the next few years, and I just think basketball is growing within the Asian American community for sure. I've been on a journey. I've been overlooked, benched, and cut. I've been told no 1,000 times.
When trouble fills my world, you bring me peace. You calm me down. You're my relief.
But on this journey, I've had a chance to grow, develop, to keep the faith.
I found my way. I found my feet.
So when it's time to reach down and dig deep, it's a well I've already been to. There will be highs, there will be lows, but I welcome it all. New York has given me the chance of a lifetime, and everything I need is already inside.
Jeremy Lin has already shattered some pretty heavy and burdensome stereotypes of Asian American males. He is neither short nor weak. He was born in the United States. He is emotional and demonstrative. He has a swagger and a flair to his game. He is at times flashy. He does not back down on the court. He is a winner, and best of all, he is a bona fide star strictly because of his abilities, not his looks, marketability, or pedigree.